Hi, my name is Jenny Batchelor. I am part of the group Imagine Responsible. I'm here recording my individual reflection on working remotely and also on this project in general. We first off set up a Facebook group chat to sort of touch base with each other, decide, sort of parse out first thoughts on the questionnaire, on the survey, and then to set up a time where we could meet sort of quote face to face, even though we were in different time zones. And for that, we actually used the app, which I'm using now to record this video, Zoom, which worked really well. It's a free app. And it allowed us to all see each other face to face, which is helpful, even though if we couldn't meet face to face. So you have a face with the name, and you can actually see each other's expressions as you're talking, and sort of bounce ideas off, which I think is important to any project, not just working on more technology, coding, IT-based type of stuff. It's definitely good to meet virtually or face to face, or in whatever way, not just through chat or through email, and just sending pictures back and forth. So that worked really effectively. I feel like we were able to, assign responsibility to, who was going to do what. We could look live while somebody was working on something, say, oh, well, okay, that looks good, or I can't see that. And we did that a few times over the course of working and developing our questionnaire. And we also, of course, used our Facebook chat to, between meetings, to sort of touch base, say, okay, hey, how does this look? Just send a screenshot, or I completed this video, or I got the questions done, or here's the Google Doc. We also, Olivia also put together a Google Doc on Google Drive, so we could all look at the questions, and I added my own questions because that was, Olivia and I both decided to, as we mentioned in the group video, to work on the questions together. And as far as working on the project itself and the topic that we came up with in gender and tech, as we said in the group video, that was Olivia narrowed it down to tech, but it was also interesting because it allowed me, in working on the questions, since I'm not as technologically savvy or as familiar and comfortable with coding as my other cohorts, or group members, I should say. I thought that working on questions would be interesting, and with what I'd learned in the course, it would allow me to word some of the questions that would make it more friendly for non-binary folks, trans folks. Use wording such as female identified or male identified in some of the questions, because a person can be AFAB, or as we say, assigned female at birth, but now identifies as male or non-binary. So saying female identifies means they self-identify, in case people are not familiar with that language. So allow me to go in and do things like that, and also add that final question in which people, it asks gender, which is still, but I could go in there, and it wasn't a weighted question, as we said, but to have a non-binary selection, people could tap on, or not, at all, if they did not want to. So really, overall, it was a very positive experience, through this Zoom app and using Facebook. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. And I won't lie, there were some frustrating times when I couldn't, figure something out, and people weren't necessarily available, but that was more on my end, and my own frustrations with coding and technology. And once I spent some time on my own and was able to figure, hash it out a little bit more, and get a few quick pointers from my group members who weren't, like, oh, that's a silly question. We're just like, oh, you have to do this. So that was helpful. I did certainly appreciate that, because I was certainly worried I was going to be the dumb one in the group, and I might still be, but overall, I didn't feel like such. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it on my my group reflection. And really, thank you for this opportunity to learn more about about coding and the language in coding, and to show that or demonstrate what I've learned through this fun project. Thank you.